Good afternoon, sir. Let me introduce myself. My name is Nursada Nordamanik. ID 4242240004. Chapter 3. Euclidean vector space. Vector in two space, three space, and n space. Engineer and physicists represent vector in two dimensions, also called two space, or in three dimensions, also called three space, by arrow. The direction of the arrowhead specifies the direction of the vector, and the length of the arrow specifies the magnitude. Mathematicians call this geometric vector. The tail of the arrow is called the initial point of the vector, and the tip the terminal point. In this text, we will denote vector in boldface type such as A, H, V, W, and X, and we will denote scales in lowercase italic type such as A, K, V, W, and X. When we want to indicate that a vector V has initial point A and terminal point B, then as shown in figure 3.132, we will write vector with the same length and direction, such thus in figure 3.1.3, are said to be equivalent, since we want a vector to be determined solely by its length and direction. Equivalent vectors are regarded as the same vector even though they may be in different positions. Equivalent vectors are also said to be equal, which we indicate by writing. The vector whose initial and terminal point coincide as length 0, so we call this the zero vector and denote it by 0. The zero vector has no natural direction, so we will agree that it can be assigned any direction that is convenient for the problem at hand. There are a number of important algebraic operations on vectors, all of which have their origin in law of physics. Parallelogram rule for vector addition: if V and W are vectors in two space or three space that are position or so their initial point coincide, then the two vectors form adjacent side of a parallelogram, and the sum V plus W is the vector represented by the arrow from the common initial point of V and W to the opposite vertex of the parallelogram. Here is another way to form the sum of two vectors. Triangle rule for vector addition, if v and w are vectors in two spaces or three spaces that are positioned, so the initial point of w is at the terminal point of v. Then the sum v plus w is represented by the arrow from the initial point of v to the terminal point of w. In figure 3.1.4, we have constructed the sum v plus w and w plus v by the triangular rule. The construction makes it evident that v plus w plus v same w plus v, and then the sum option by the triangular rule is the same as the sum option by the parallelogram rule. Vector addition view as translation. If v, w and v plus w are positioned so their initial points coincide, then the terminal point of v plus w can be viewed in two ways. One, the terminal point of v plus w is the point that resolves when the terminal point of v is translated in the direction of w by a distance equal to the length of w. 2. The terminal point of v plus w is the point that resolves when the terminal point of w is translated in the direction of v by a distance equal to the length of v. Accordingly, we say that v plus w as w is the translation of v by w, or alternative, the translation of w by v. Vector subtraction. In ordinary arithmetic, we can write a minus b equal a plus min b, which expresses subtraction in terms of addition. There is an analogous idea in vector arithmetic. Vector subtraction, the negative of a vector v denoted by min v is the vector that has the same length as v but is oppositely directed, and the difference of v from w denoted by w min v is taken to be the sum v w min v equal w plus min v. The difference of v from w can be obtained geometrically by the parallelogram method shown in figure 3.1.6, or more directly by positioning w and v so their initial point coincide and drawing the vector from the terminal point of v to the terminal point of w. Scalar multiplication. Sometimes there is a need to change the length of a vector or change its length and reverse it. direction. This is accomplished by a type of multiplication in which factors are multiplied by scalar. As an example, the product 2v denotes the vector that has the same direction as v but switch the length, and the product mean 2 v mean I'm sorry mean 2v denotes the vector that is oppositely directed to v and has switched the length. Here is the general result. Scalar multiplication if v is a non-zero vector in 2 space or 3 space, and if k is a non-zero scalar, then we define the scalar product of v by k to be the vector whose length is k times the length of v and whose direction is the same as that of v if k is positive and opposite to that of v if k is negative. If k equal 0 or v equal 0, then we define kv to be 0. Figure 3.1.7 show the geometric relation between a vector and some of its scalar multiples. In particular, observe that mean 1 v has the same length as v but is oppositely directed. Therefore, mean 1 v equal mean v. Suppose that v and w are vectors in 2 space or 3 space with a common initial point. If one of the vectors is a scalar multiplet of the other, then the vector on a common line. So it is reasonable to say that they are collinear. However, if we translate one of the vectors as indicated in figure 3.1.b, then the vectors are parallel but no longer collinear. This creates a linguistic problem because translating a vector does not change it. The only way to resolve this problem is to agree that the terms parallel and collinear mean the same thing when applied to vector. Although the vector 0 has no clearly definite direction, we will regard it as parallel to all vectors when convenient. Vector addition satisfies the associative law for addition, meaning that when we add 3 vectors say u, v, and w, it does not matter which two we add first, that is u plus v plus w equal u plus v plus w. It follows from this that there is no ambiguity in the equation u plus v plus w because the same result is obtained no matter how the vectors are grouped. A simple way to construct u plus v plus w is to place the vector tip to tail in succession and draw the vector from the initial point of u to the terminal point of w. Figure 3.1.9a. The tip-to-tail method also works for four or more vector. Figure 3.1.9b. The tip-to-tail method makes it evident that if u, v, and w are vectors in three space with a common initial point, then u plus v plus w is the diagonal of the parallel pivot that has the three vectors as adjacent sides. Up until now, we have this question vector without reference to a coordinate system. However, as we will soon see, computation with vectors are much simpler to perform if a coordinate system is present to work with. If a vector v into space or three space is positioned with its initial point at the origin of a rectangular coordinate system, then the vector is completely determined by the coordinates of its terminal point. We call these coordinates the component of v relative to the coordinate system. We will write v equal v1, v2 to denote a vector v in two space with component v1, v2, and v equal v1, v2, v3 to denote a vector v in three space with component v1, v2, v3. If so be evident geometrically that two vectors in two space or three space are equivalent if and only if they have the same terminal point with their initial point are at the origin. Algebraically, this means the two vectors are equivalent if and only if their corresponding components are equal to, for example, the vector v equal v1, v2, v3, and w equal v1, v2, v3 in three space are equivalent if and only if v1 equal v1, v2 equal w2, v3 equal w3. Remark, it might have occurred to you that an ordered part v1, v2 can represent either a vector with component v1 and v2 or a point with coordinate v1, v2, and similarly for ordered triples. Both are valid geometric interpretation, so the appropriate case will depend on the geometric viewpoint that we want to emphasize. It is sometimes necessary to consider vector whose initial point are not at the origin. If P1, P2 denotes the vector with initial point P1, x1, y1, and the terminal point P1, x2, y2, then the components of this vector are given by the formula. P1, P2 equal x1 min x2 min x1 y2 min y1. That is the component of P1, P2 are obtained by subtraction the coordinate of the initial point from the coordinate of the terminal point. For example, in figure 3.1.7 12. The vector P1, P2 is the difference of vector OP2 and OP1. So P1, P2 equal OP2 mean OP1 equal x2 y2 mean x1 y1 equal x2 mean x1 y2 mean y1. As you might expect, the component of a vector in 3 space that has initial point P1, x1, y1, z1, and the terminal point P2, x2, y2, z2 are given by P1, P2 equal x2 mean x1, y2 mean y1, z2 mean z1. Finding the component of a vector, the component of the vector v equal p1, p2 with initial point p1. 2 mean 1 4 and the terminal point P2 7 5 mean 8 r v equal 7 mean 2 5 mean 1 mean 8 mean 4 equal 5 6 mean 12. The idea of using ordered half and triples of real numbers to represent point in two-dimensional space and the three-dimensional space was well known in the 18th and 19th centuries. By the dawn of the 20th centuries, mathematicians and physicists were exploring the use of bigger dimensional space in mathematics and physics today. Even the layman is familiar with the notion of time as a four-dimension, an idea used by Albert Einstein in developing the general theory of relativity. Today, physics work in the field of string theory, commonly used 11-dimensional space in their quest for a unified theory that will explain how the fundamental forces of nature work. Much of the remaining work in this section is concerned with extending the notion of space to n dimension. To explore the ideas further, we start with some terminology and notation. This set of all real numbers can be proved geometrically as a line. It's called the real line and is denoted by L or L1. This some superscript reinforces the intuitive idea that a line is one-dimensional. The set of all ordered pairs of real numbers called two tuples, tuples, and the set of all ordered triples of real number called three tuples are denoted by R2 and R3 respectively. The superscript reinforces the idea that the ordered pairs correspond to point in the plane two-dimensional and ordered triples to point in space three-dimensional. The following definition extends this idea. Definition 1. If n is a positive integer, then n ordered n is a sequence of n real numbers v1, v2, blah blah blah, vn. The set of all ordered n tuples is called n space and is denoted by Rn. Remark, you can think of the number in an n tuple v1, v2, blah blah blah, vn as either the coordinates of a generalized point or the component of a generalized vector depending on the geometric image you want to bring to make the case make no difference. Mathematically, since is the algebraic properties of n tuples that are of concern. Here are some typical applications that lead to n tuples. 1. Experimental data. Scientists perform an experiment and make a numerical measurement. Each time the experiment is performed, the result of each experiment can be regarded as a vector y equal y2, y1, y2, blah blah blah, yn in R, and in which y1, y2, blah blah blah, yn are the measure pairs. 2. Strong and warehouse. The national tracking company has 5 teams devoted for storing and servicing its truck. At each point in time, the distribution of trucks in the service depot can be described by a 15 tuple x equal x1, x2, blah blah blah, x15, in which x1 is the number of turns in the first depot, x2 is the number in the second depot, and so forth. 3. Electrical circuit. A certain kind of processing chip is designed to receive 4 input voltage and produce 3 output volts in response. The input volts can be regarded as vector in R4 and the output voltage as vector in R3. Thus, the chip can be viewed as a device that transform an input vector V equal V1, V2, V3, V4 in R for input and output vector, W equal W1, W2, W3 in R3. Graphical image, one way in which color images are created on computer screen is by assigning a pixel and addressable point on the screen. Three numbers that describe the hue, saturation, the brightness of the pixel. Thus, a complete color image can be viewed as a set of particles of the form phi equal x, y, h, s, b, in which x and u and y are the screen coordinates of a pixel and h, s, and b are its hue, saturation, and brightness. Economics on approach the economics analysis to divide an economy into sector, manufacturing, services, utilities, and support, and measure the output of each sector by a dollar value. Thus, in an economy with 10 sectors, the economy output of the entire economy can be represented by a 10 table S equal x1, x2, blah blah blah, x10, in which the number s1, s2, blah blah blah, s10 are the output of the individual sector. Mechanical systems suppose that six particles move along the same coordinate line so that at time t, their coordinates are x1, x2, blah blah blah, x6, and their velocities are v1, v2, v6 respectively. This information can be represented by the vector v equal x1, x2, x3, x4, x5, x6, v1, v2, v3, v4, v5, v5, v6, v in R. Treating this vector is called the state of the particle system at time t. Our next goal is to define useful operation on vector in R, and this operation will all be natural extension of the familiar operation on vector in R2 and R3. We will denote vector v in R and using the notation v equal v1, v2, blah blah blah, vn, and we will call 0 equal 0, 0, blah blah blah, 0, the 0 vector we denoted earlier. Then in R2 and R3, two vectors are equivalent equal if and only if their corresponding components are the same. Thus, we make the following definition. Definition 2. Vector v equal v1, v2, blah blah blah, vn, and w equal v1, v2, blah blah blah, vn in R, and are said to be equivalent, also called equal, if v1 equal w1, v2 equal w1, vn equal Wn. We indicate this by writing P equal W. Example 2. A equivalent of vector A, B, C, D equal 1 min 4 to 7 if and only if equal 1, B equal min 4, C equal 2, and D equal 7. Our next objective is to define the operation of addition, subtraction, and scalar multiplication for vector in R, and to motivate these ideas, we will consider how this operation can be performed on vector in R through using component by studying figure 3.1.13. You should be able to deduce that if V equal V1 plus W1, V2 plus W2. Kv equal Kv1, Kv2. In particular, it follows from 7 that min V equal min 1 V equal min V1 min V2. And h that W min V equal W plus min V equal W1 min V1 W2 min V2 motivated by formula 6, 9. We make the following definition. Definition 3. If V equal V1, V2, blah blah blah, Vn, and W equal V1, V2, blah blah blah, Vn are vector in Rn, and if K is any scalar, then we define V plus W equal V1 plus W1, V2 plus W2, blah blah blah, Vn plus Wn, Kv equal Kv1, Kv2, blah blah blah, Kvn. Min V equal min V1, min V2, blah blah blah, min Vn. W min V equal W plus min V equal W1 min V1, W2 min V2, blah blah blah, Vn min Vn. Example 3. Algebraic operation using component. If B equal 1, if V equal 1 min 3 2, and W equal 4 2 1, then P plus W equal 5 min 1 3. 2P equal 2 min 6 4 min W equal 4 min 4 min 2 min 1. P min W equal P plus min W equal min 3 mean 5 mean 1. The following theorem summarizes the most important properties of vector operation. Theorem 3.1.1 if U, P, and W are vector in Rn and if K and M are scalar, then A U plus V equal P plus U, B U plus V plus W equal U plus P plus W. C U plus 0 equal 0 plus U equal U. D U plus mean U equal 0. A K U plus V equal K U plus K V. F K plus M U equal K U plus M U. G K M U equal K M U. H 1 U equal U. We will prove part B and leave some of the other proofs as exercises. Proof B, let U1, U2, blah blah blah, UN. V equal V1, V2, blah blah blah, Vn. And V equal V1, W1, W2, blah blah blah, Wn, then U plus V plus W, U1, U2, blah blah blah, Un, plus V1, V2, blah blah blah, Vn, plus W1, W2, blah blah blah, Wn. U1 plus V1, U2 plus V2, blah blah blah, UN plus Vn plus W1, W2, blah blah blah, Wn. Vector addition. U1 plus V1 plus V1 plus W1, U2 plus V2 plus W2, blah blah blah, the UN plus Vn plus Wn, vector addition. U1 plus V1 plus W1, U2 plus V2 plus W2, blah blah blah, UN plus Vn plus Wn, regroup. U1, U2, blah blah blah, UN plus V1, W1, V2, W2, blah blah blah, Vn plus Wn. Vector addition equal U plus V plus W. The following additional properties of vector in R and can be deduced easily by expressing expressing the vector in the terms of component variety. Theorem 3.1.2, if P is a vector in Rn and K is a scalar, then A over P equals 0, B K0 equals 0, C mean 1, P equal mean P. One of the powerful consequences of theorems 3.1.1 and 3.1.2 is that they allow calculation to be performed without expressing the vector in terms of component. For example, suppose that x, a and B are vectors in Rn and we want to solve the vector equation x plus a equal b for the vector x without using component. We call process as follows: x plus a equal b, x plus a plus a equal b plus a mean a, x plus a plus mean a equal b mean a, x plus 0 equal b mean a, x equal b mean a. Well, this method is obviously more cumbersome than computing with component in Rn. It will become important later in the text where we will encounter more general kind of vector addition, subtraction, and scalar multiplication are frequently used in combination to form name vector. For example, if v1, v2, and v3 are vectors in Rn, then the vector u equal 2v1 plus 3v2 plus v3 and w equal 7 v1 mean 6 v2 plus 8 v3 are formed in this way. In general, we make the following definition. Definition 4. If W is a vector in Rn, then W is said to be a linear combination of the vectors v1, v2, blah blah blah, vr in Rn if it can be expressed in the form W equal k1 v1 plus k2 v2 plus blah 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 plus kr vr. Where k1, k2, blah blah blah, kr are scalar, these scalars are called the coefficient of the linear combination in the case where r equal 1. Formula 14 becomes W equal k1 v1, so that a linear combination of a single vector is just a scalar multiple of the vector u2. Now we have been reading vector in Rn using the notation v equal v1, v2, blah blah blah, vn. We call this the Kamiya delimited form. However, since a factor in R and is just a list of its n component in a specific order. Any notation that displays those component is the correct order is a 5yr representing the factor. For example, the factor in 15 can be written as P equal P matrix P1, P2, blah blah blah, Pn, which is called row vector from Rs. Which is called column vector form. The choice of notation is often a matter of taste or convenience, but sometimes the nature of a problem will suggest a preferred notation. Notation 15, 16, 17 will all be used at preferred place in the text. 3.2 norm dot product and distance in R and norm of a factor. In this text we will denote the length of a factor P by the symbol Phi, which is read as the norm of Phi. The length of P or the magnitude of Phi, the term norm being a common mathematical synonym for length, as suggested in figure 3.2.1a. It follows from the theorem of Pythagoras that the norm of a vector v1, v2 in R2 is v equal v1 2 v2 2. Similarly, for a vector v1, v2, v3 in R3, it follows from figure 3.2.1b and 2 application of the theorem of Pythagoras that v2 equal OR2 plus RP2 equal OQ2 plus QR2 plus RP2 equal P12 plus P22 plus P32 and hence that V equal P12 plus P22 plus P32 multiplied by the factor of formula 1 and 2, we make the following definition. Definition 1, if P equal V1, V3, blah blah blah, Vn is a factor in Rn, then the norm of P is called the length of P or the magnitude of P is denoted by P and is defined by the formula P equal P12 P22 plus blah 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 plus Pn2. Example 1, calculating norm. If it follows from formula 2 that the norm of the vector P equal mean 3, 2, 1 in R3 is P mean 3, 2 plus 2, 2 plus 1, 2 equal 14. And it follows from formula 3 that the norm of the vector P equal to mean 1, 3, mean 5 in 4 is 3, 2 plus mean 1, 2 plus 3, 2 plus mean 5, 2 equal 39. Our first theorem in this section will generalize to Rn the following three familiar facts about vector in R2 and R3. Distances are non-negative. The zero vector is the only vector of length 0. Multiplying a vector by a scalar multiplies its rank by the absolute value of the scalar. It is important to recognize that just because there result hold in R2 and R3 does not guarantee that they hold in Rn. Their validity in Rn must be proved using algebraic properties of n tuples. A vector of norm 1 is called a unit vector. Such vectors are useful for specifying a direction when length is not relevant to the problem at hand. You can obtain a unit vector in other desired direction by choosing any non-zero vector v in that direction and multiply v by the reciprocal of its length. For example, if v is a vector of length 2 in R2 or R3, then 1 per 2, v is a unit vector in the same direction as v. More generally, if v is any non-zero vector in R, and then u equal 1 per v. Defines a unit vector then is in the same direction as v. We can confirm that 4 is a unit vector by applying part C of theorem 3.2.1 with k equal 1 per v to option. U equal kv equal kv equal kv equal 1 per v, v equal 1. The process of multiplying a non-zero vector by the reciprocal of its length to option a unit vector is called normalizing v. Example 2. Normalizing a vector when the unit vector u that has the same direction as v equal 2 to mean 1. Solution: the vector v has length v equal 2 plus 2 plus mean 1 equal 3 to from 4. U equal 1 per 3 2 mean 1 equal 2 per 3 2 per 3 mean 1 per 3. As a check, you may want to confirm then u equal 1 when a rectangular coordinate system is introduced in R2 or R3, the unit vector in the positive direction of the coordinate axis are called by standard unit vector. In R2, these vectors are denoted by E equal 1, 0, and G equal 0, 1, and E R3 by E equal 1, 0, 0, G equal 0, 1, 0, and K 0, 0, 1.